I don't remember the intro being that long.
I don't recall it being that long either.
Well, there we go.
Music?
Hey, welcome to Vanishing Gates. I am Jay, and I'm joined by...
The boisterous Jack. The boisterous.
You don't sound very boisterous. You're not boisterous.
I'm
oyster.
verbose right now. What are you talking
Verbose?
about? Don't I sound boisterous and verbose?
Mm,
Verboisterous?
I don't know if you know what either of those words
I
mean.
don't think I do at all, actually.
Anyway,
I'm gonna have
so
to
we are
relearn
here.
English.
We were going to do part 4 of our Bad People series and part 2 of the BTK, but we're going to do that after Halloween. What's up?
Saying hi to my wife in chat.
Hi in chat. Please share. That'd be nice of you. Those of you not listening on the podcast format, we are currently live from our Facebook page. You probably won't get to see it, even if you try to find it later, because last week I don't think the show even showed up at all after we were done with it. So I think it's up on YouTube. If not, it will be at the end of the night.
Yeah, I think it's just our topics in particular.
No, it's not. We just get zucked every time.
It's because we keep mentioning
that we should not speak of.
Apparently, that which they do not wish us to speak of.
So we are a couple days away from the day, Hday.
What day is Hday?
Sunday.
I see. Sunday.
Yeah, so we'll
Sunday
be doing our
Punday?
live stream on Sunday from the front yard.
It's going to be cold.
No, it should be fine.
Okay.
If it's dumping rain, we won't. We'll do a show from the front room while we give out candy. And we'll have the trick-or-treaters come to the door. But normally we're just posted up in the front yard with the stuff going podcast-wise when we live stream.
This is accurate.
So, speaking of Hday, a neighbor of mine gave me something I've wanted for years and never went and got any. A couple zombie flamingos.
A few? Just one? Two?
A set of two. So there's a planter box underneath the bay window in my front of my house, and some wonderful individual decided that they needed one of them more than I did.
He means crackheads.
Could just be a scumbag, regardless. No, dude, because this is the second time this year that someone stole stuff out of my display in the front yard. And if you guys have been watching the show or listening to the show for a while, you know that I kind of go all out. You can look at our Facebook page, Vanishing Gates on Facebook. And, you can search back and look. I do a big display every year, and we do our live stream from there, as I said. But yeah, so this is the second time someone stole something from my front yard in like a week. We got the other two things back. We probably will not get the zombie flamingo back.
This is disheartening.
Yeah, it was. And I spent all day throwing together. I literally didn't want to do any serious decorating until today because my neighbor next door had stuff stolen from them, and then a neighbor a couple blocks down had stuff stolen from them. And it was like, dude, I do this for the community. Like, I go and we go to Costco, we buy the big candy bars to give out. You know, we try to be those people to, like, the kids can come and enjoy and have a good childhood. I guess I'm going to have to not do this anymore. It's getting really disheartening and frustrating.
This town is really
incredibly frustrated. Hi, Em in chat.
Hi, Em in chat. It's really difficult in this county in where we live to do almost anything because of the amount of like drug addicts and thieves.
Oh, dude,
in our county, if you don't steal, what is it like? Unless you steal like $2,000 or something like that, they won't even look into you anymore.
In the state of California, if you steal something that's less than $1,000, you do not.
Yeah,
get arrested.
But in our county, they did something like that too. But they made
in
it
San Francisco,
different.
where if it's not like $2,000, you don't.
But
the cops don't even show up at that point.
But it's almost impossible because in our particular county, we always had a problem with thieves and drug addicts, and then when they added that law in California, it essentially just tanked everything. People don't care anymore. They just walk and take what they want.
Between the Halloween decorations and the way Facebook is treating us, I'm getting kind of pissed off.
No, I would.
I'm having a real bad day. I'm going to go roll tomorrow morning. I'm going to go to Jits and get my ass kicked there and feel better.
Are you going to Lost Boys?
Of course I am. Speaking of sponsors, we didn't, but now we are.
Segway. Take all your aggression out there. They got some nice kicking bags, too.
I'm not doing that. It's just jiu-jitsu. I'm not doing the Muay Thai classes yet.
Well, I usually just punch and kick them between exercises.
Yeah, I just go to roll because I'm already weak and out of shape.
Yeah, I'm already there too, but
I'm going to get choked out by Mr. Dante.
Try not to do that.
Nah,
you shouldn't want to get choked out. Is this a fetish?
Okay, so when you get beat up, sometimes that's how you learn how to be better. I don't want to just do it right every time. I need the adversity to do better.
Well, if you don't fail, you never did anything.
Yeah, so if you guys want to train with the best. Train at Lost Boys.
No one starts off amazing,
California.
let's be
Northern
honest.
California.
That's a fact. Is no one starts off amazing. So if you're like being intimidated going into doing like jujitsu or something like that, don't, because you're not going to be great. I'm sorry. Even me as a megalomaniac, I didn't expect myself to be great, and I was accurate as shit, because the basic white belts who had only gone to like 3 classes ahead of me were able to kick my ass because I had no knowledge of any of this. And actually, no, that's not true, because there was a white belt there was about 3 I could actually beat, and anyone who had just joined the class with me I could beat because I trained with Andrew, and he taught me a lot before I actually went into class.
Yeah.
Like, he showed me things. We would go to the gym, we'd train a little bit here and there. So I actually I knew a little bit of information. But I prefer boxing. I'm not actually a big jiu-jitsu fan. I'm a boxing fan, but I need to convince him.
I know how to strike. I wanted to learn how to roll. That was the whole point.
Yeah.
The itness behind it.
I don't know enough about rolling, but I always wanted to be a boxer,
right, so
and that was my big thing.
Shout out to Lost Boys. Check
Which
them out.
they can teach you boxing there. They do kickboxing though, but it's a mix. But
So if we go on another martial arts tirade, we'll lose all of our listeners. So we can do a sponsorship. We don't have to have a whole show talking about it.
That's true. Good
I'm
point.
gonna stop doing that, especially being that you haven't done anything in a year.
2 years.
2 years.
It's been 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Too long years. Too long.
Just saying. I haven't really done much either, so don't worry. We have another sponsor as well, Manitoba's 2 Street Music.
Oh yeah, get lost in the or in the shop, the trees of guitars and basses and pianos, and don't they have an accordion or 2 in there?
They have I think a gaggle, technically speaking, of accordions. But our sponsor, Manitoba's 2 Street Music.
What are those what are those things called? They're like
accordion.
But they have like keys on them. A keytar?
I think someone's launching mortars off outside of my house.
Welcome
They
to
don't
our
have
county.
a keytar there. A keytar is like an 80s synth style of music.
Oh,
At least I haven't seen one. Yes, they have drum sets.
So it's an amazing place to go. I'm not a big fan of drumming, even though I probably would be decent at it. Honestly,
Yeah, you drum on so often
I
about
know
things.
it's annoying.
Jesus.
Don't break my flow.
We've actually had
break my
on the podcast format. Just a heads up there, Jack. We've had a pretty good uptick in downloads.
Have we?
Across the world? Yeah, it's pretty cool. So just a heads up, because I know that you have all the time in the world not to look at the freaking stuff that you could easily look at and be part of.
You know what? I show up. I bring my beautiful face. I talk. What more do you want from me? Actual facts and information? Come on.
A little bit wouldn't hurt.
Listen, a little bit might hurt. I have so much in my head. Do you have any idea how much I overreact to?
Are you talking about gray matter, or you? I don't know why, but I feel like we're both in like the mood where we sound like NPR people with a little more percussion.
Well, I have a cold, so I have that nasty cold that's been going around.
Sinuses. What are you talking about?
You know, I thought it was just me for a minute.
You were like, "Oh, I wanted a cigar." I'm like, I didn't buy any because
no, I want one. But you know, I just thought it was something that was going on in my family, and then I found out like it's like around the world at this point. Apparently, there's a cold that's just gone crazy.
Yeah, it's weird. It's almost like we've heard that before in the last couple of years. So
there you go.
But anyway, we have a couple days till Hday. Folks, we would on Halloween, what we want to do, if we can, is just tell your stories of what you've encountered. If not, we'll figure out something. No biggie. But please take the time and email us with whatever encounters you've had. I mean, it could be true crime. It could be ghosts, aliens, Bigfoot. We're not going to make fun of you. But please be kind of sincere about it. You can tell, if you've heard a story that somebody else told you that's very convincing, you can send us that story.
And if you don't want to have your name attached to it, just tell us. Just send it to us and then say anonymous.
If you preface the email with, hey, don't say my name, or if you just sign it with your first name, no one's going to know. But yeah, just email us, tellvgyourstories@gmail.com.
Yeah, just, send anonymous.
And I will respond back to you.
Good stories.
I do like to send the responses back because I do have the time to do that usually.
Yep.
I don't have time to put the content together, but that.
Man, and I think this is the time for the best monster movie that's ever existed.
Okay.
For Halloween.
And what's that?
Tremors.
Tremors is not a Halloween movie.
It is.
Stay away from Wyoming movie.
It's an amazing movie.
It's in Wyoming, right?
Perfection. Is it Wyoming?
Is it Arizona?
Perfection, Arizona. I think it's Arizona.
Might be.
I think it's Perfection, Arizona.
Why don't I remember that? I should know.
I'm a huge Tremors
Halloween
fan.
movie, though.
I've seen every movie, and
I know. I watched the last couple of them too.
I was so sad with the last one.
Man, was it the ice one?
No, the ice one wasn't the last one.
What
It
was
was
the
they were on a
last one?
tropical
The
island.
jungle one.
They were on an island.
Okay, it's
It was
like it's
sad.
basically turned into Far Cry with graboids.
It's still not bad. It's for a B movie series. It's a great series. It's
But
probably
you
the
can't-
best B movie series
The first and
ever.
the second one were amazing.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay,
the
the
third one
first
was
one was
the third one
amazing.
was my least favorite by all standards.
Was
The
that
third
the
one
one
was
with
the ass blasters.
Yeah.
It's literally what they called them. That was when I was
Yeah.
like, okay, look,
Yeah.
you
The
started to
first and
lose the
second
plot.
one
Let's
were-
roll
I
it
didn't-
back.
I didn't like sit all the way through the fourth one where they like it's back in time in the Western series, like they did a Back to the Future kind of thing there.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah,
I don't think I finished that one. If I did, I wasn't paying attention because I was probably inebriated.
I'm gonna be honest. That one wasn't that great, but they did do good when they actually brought Jamie Kennedy in for the fifth one.
And
I think
he
it was
was in
Jamie
the fourth
Kennedy,
and fifth one.
and it wasn't actually bad. That one,
No,
he wasn't
they
bad. He was
weren't
actually
terrible.
really
They
good
weren't
in it.
They weren't good, but
I
they
liked
weren't
him in it.
terrible.
I thought he was good in it. I liked him as an actor in the movie. I like what they were going for, and then I think he didn't want to come back, and so he was like removed.
I like how I'm giving you shit about not bringing movie ideas for Halloween, and you come full off the dock without even talking about. Boom, we're talking about a horror movie now. I like that. I appreciate that about you, sir.
Thank you. I do some
I
things sometimes.
appreciate you.
But I think Tremors is a great Halloween movie because it's one of those things where you can be like spooked, but at the same time you're just enjoying it, and then it throws little curveballs at you here and there.
It's like
with,
Jaws and The Thing. Great
Yeah.
Halloween movie. Great
Right.
movies to watch during Halloween.
those do
Even though
that.
they're not
Jaws,
Halloween movies.
Jaws, Tremors, The Thing,
Aliens.
and Aliens,
Well,
and then you have
Alien
like a
and
really good
Alien.
set there.
You should watch Alien and Aliens back to back.
Yeah.
Because like the suspense and like the nervousness of that, you should do that right after The Thing. I think because it's like The Thing, the Kurt Russell version of it, not that remake they did again, the remake of the remake.
The
Or
best
the
part
prequel
about
of
this
the
is
remake? How did they do that?
by
I
the
can't
end of the
remember.
night watching all of those, you're going to be so nervous about every corner because every one of those movies is a suspense movie. They're not just like outright. But you start off with Jaws, which is like a little less suspense. Tremors, which has a little more suspense because of the amount of things going on.
Jaws
versus,
has a ton of suspense. It's a different kind of suspense.
That's
though.
what I'm saying though. Is the difference is that you never know in Tremors versus Jaws, where if they're in the water, you kind of know what's going to happen. You kind of know what the plot is, and
Yeah.
you understand that. So you go to Tremors, where you're not quite sure what's about to happen. Then you go to The Thing, which you're just like no freaking clue, and then Alien, which you're just like, okay, I have no idea what's happening here right now at this
I think
moment.
we talk about the same fucking movies every year.
Yeah.
around
Well,
this time.
there's only so many great timeless classics that are amazing.
No, there's some. Did you watch the new Halloween one yet? I haven't
I
seen
haven't
it yet.
seen it. I haven't watched them since Rob
Dave
Zombie
in
took over.
chat, we
Ugh.
love you too, man. Thank you. That's
So,
very nice
thank
of you.
you.
Dave in chat says he loves us. For those of you listening to the podcast, we have
Love,
a chat.
man.
You can join us if you find us live.
But
Good luck getting the notification that we're live.
I stopped watching after Rob Zombie took over.
I
What was that Romero said
watched
about
it.
him? Romero,
No, he
whatever, called him a pussy. He's like,
wasn't
Rob
George
Zombie's
Romero.
a pussy.
Romero, what are you talking about?
Was it George Romero?
No.
It was, wasn't it? No, wait, what? What am I thinking? Hold on. Who was it?
I'm going to let you sort this out. No, don't Google it. We just
But-
talked about another one of his movies a second ago.
But is it Giger? No, Giger.
What? It's not.
H.R.
H.R.
Giger?
Giger is the guy.
He's the designer for the
Hans Rudy is
Alien.
the artist that. No,
Yeah, he's the
inspired-
designer of Alien. H.R. Geiger made the
Oh,
Alien.
you're going to give me an embolism.
No, Giger made the Alien. He's the one who designed the
I'm aware,
Alien.
But that's not what I was talking about.
Who?
John fucking Carpenter.
Was it John Carpenter?
Yes.
Oh, that's right. He made the Thing, didn't he?
Yes.
You think I would know these things because of the Thing? I would
Harvey
know
in
the thing
chat,
about the Thing.
I appreciate that you said that, but I'm not going to read that comment for a number of reasons.
Yes,
sir.
we're gonna avoid. We're gonna
Speaking
dodge
of
that
Harvey,
like a bullet that we can't
I was
dodge.
trying to get him on the show this weekend, but I couldn't get the peripherals set up. So I'm going to contact you after this weekend's over, bud, and we'll hit that up. Harvey Gott, by the way, is a host of Satire is Not Dead, another podcast. I should be on his show soon as well. Anyway, yeah, no, really, you thought not
If I thought what?
motherfucker? I'm so confused as to how you.
What did I do?
Never mind. We're
You mean
because
because I mixed up a Giger and or Geiger and
You
What's his
confused
face?
Hans Rudy Geiger, an artist, with the director of one of the greatest franchises.
I like how you started arguing with
of
me about him
the
making the
world.
Alien, and you're like, then you were just like realized like, oh wait, no, he did make the Alien.
No, that's not what I said. I said we talked about his movie another one
No,
of his
we
movies
did.
earlier about John Carpenter. We didn't talk about H.R. Giger didn't do Alien. It was Ridley Scott.
Can I just say John Carpenter's Vampires is overrated?
God. Which one?
Vampires. John Carpenter's Vampires is overrated.
Hold on. That
I'm sorry.
movie
James
is not,
Wood.
If that movie's underrated
James
as fuck.
Wood as a vampire hunter was the most ridiculous
don't even
thing
start.
I've
That
ever
movie
heard of.
was so good.
He didn't even go after any candy.
You realize it was a comedy, right?
Yes.
It was awesome.
I'm just being a smart ass, by the way. It was. Listen, it was overrated.
You are killing me. No,
People
it
are always
wasn't.
like, it's
Actually,
such a
it
great
wasn't
movie.
overrated. It was super underrated. Everybody hated that movie, but me.
What? Who hated that movie? I
All
don't
sorts
know
of people.
anybody
I didn't hear
hated that movie.
anyone because I've invited people over. Hey, you want to watch John Carpenter's Vampires? No, well, that's rude. It's rude.
I still remember the line that he says in the car, "They'll take a walk up your Straudelacawali," or whatever he says. I'm just like, that's like stuck in my head,
Getting
and I
rid of
could
a
never
chubby
remember
there,
what he said. Yeah, I just remember that scene in the car. And every once in a while, I'm just like, that's the scene that sticks with me for some fucking reason.
So to remind everyone, we will be finishing our next part of the BTK Killer on a soon episode after this one, and probably the one after Halloween.
Yeah, it's going to take a little more than we thought.
No, I wrote a gaggle of notes. I just don't have the compunction to go into it right now.
A full gaggle.
Yeah, because I would have to do 2 more episodes on it because
Gaggle.
that whole thing is nuts. It's bonkers of the razor, as they say in the ghetto.
Yeah.
Hey guys, please like, follow, share, subscribe.
So, do you think they actually caught the Zodiac Killer
I have no idea.
and the Strangler?
I would guess that. Well, they didn't catch him. They said they think they know who he was, which is
I thought they had him.
worrisome. No. They got the original Night Stalker.
Do you think they actually got him though?
Yeah. Oh yeah, him. Oh yeah, definitely. They got that guy. Dead to rights. He's in prison right now.
Are you sure?
Are you talking about the East Bay rapist? Yeah, they got him.
What if they didn't?
They did.
Well, good. Case closed. There we are.
There's DNA. There's a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Are you gonna do that Saturday Night Live joke when Dana Carvey played Johnny Carson as the lawyer for OJ? He's like,
been a while.
Your Honor, I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing, Your Honor.
Yeah, and then Judge Ito was like there, and then they had, I think it was Don King and it might have been Don King. No, who was the lawyer for OJ Simpson? Anyways, like
It was
Judge Ito's a beautiful man.
Johnny Cochran.
Johnny Cochran, yeah, that's why. And
Let's not say his name. He might
they
sue
had
us.
Johnny Cochran and Johnny Carson. I think Johnny Cochran is dead, dude.
I don't know about that. He might come
pretty
back
sure
from the
he's
grave
gone.
to sue us. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
Don't want that.
Harvey, we already said hi to you in chat, and we shouted out your show. Don't get all butthurt.
Jesus Christ.
Grief. Sometimes you just sit on the wrong kind of thing. Anyhow,
You know what I love the most about everything that's gone on the past year is that every once in a while I would just
not having to socialize.
I would look at Facebook and they'd be like, a new mummy was unearthed today, and I'm like, oh, for the love of fucking
That's the
God.
last 2 years, but
Did you know, like at the beginning of all this, they actually unearthed something like in the Sphinx or some crap? Like they unlocked they opened up a tomb.
They opened up a tomb that had some sarcophagi in it, and they moved it, and there's this big black goopy sludge stuff in it. And then right after that, everyone had COVID.
Yeah, and I'm just like, well,
It wasn't the cause of
well,
COVID.
sure it was.
Clarify.
It was.
I'm pretty sure.
was a
No,
curse.
I'm not gonna do it.
It was
I'm
the
already
curse.
having enough trouble with Facebook. I don't want to get kicked off YouTube
It
as
was
well.
the curse.
I'm not gonna go into the details. I'll let the emails come out there on themselves.
Do you think there's actually something in the Sphinx though?
In the Sphinx,
Yeah.
lots and lots and lots of sandstone.
Are you sure? 'Cause
No, I'm not.
Why
I've
would
never
they
been
build
there.
something like that unless there'd be like a tomb or something inside of it? Usually these things are built for a purpose.
You're talking about a culture of people that build statues to nothing.
Untrue.
No,
They
we
built
aren't.
them as
I'm
a
talking
marker.
about humans in general. We tend to build shit for no fucking reason aside
That's
from we
untrue.
can.
Things we build have a purpose behind them.
It
Even things
looks
we whittle
pretty.
have a purpose
I'm
behind
gonna
them.
make it. I've literally sculpted shit out of clay, thinking, I might make a Halloween decoration.
Just because current
And
human
then
iterations of humans are
it
vapid
turned
and
out to
only
be
have like one thing in mind
nothing
doesn't mean
important.
they didn't in the past.
How many iterations of human do you think there are, realistically?
23.
What is the driving principle behind that assumption?
Because I said so.
Okay, see, right there, that thought process is what proved me right.
Listen. 23.
And they also think that the Sphinx didn't have a human head either originally, but
Well-
it was like a jackal or something to that effect. which would have made a hell of a lot more sense.
How much effort would go to have to remove that head and put on a new one?
Let me ask you a question.
How much effort?
Did you know that currently, and this is not a political thing, this is just a point, okay? And I'm not going to go into any kind of politics here. I refuse. What I'm saying is, Picasso just had a bunch of paintings sold. All of those paintings that sold were less than some of fucking Hunter Biden's paintings, and he just kind of splashes shit on canvas.
What about it?
That's the Sphinx.
That is not the Sphinx.
That's the Sphinx.
Okay, but there's a Sphinx that's older than the Sphinx.
Yeah, and it's been destroyed.
In Mexico.
I don't know if that's true.
That's similar.
I don't think that's true at all.
I'm pretty sure if I recall, there's a small version
for this. I'm guessing.
I'll have to look it up, but I remember hearing about it.
I'm sure you did. It was probably on one of those really interesting channels.
Listen, don't you mention it. Don't you mention the hair. Don't you mention the hair.
I'm not mentioning that at all. I don't want to cause that problem. Is it your Halloween costume?
Those people alone.
They're
trying to get the truth out.
That man, because he has a magazine, and that format and that medium is still alive and well.
Listen, it is a TV show with perfect facts, okay, and they present to you everything in reality. You need to not argue with them.
I'm not arguing.
Okay, you can't exexplain 99%. Hold on, though.
That's not
in
even
all
where I was
honesty, you
going
cannot
with it.
explain the majority of what they were talking about in that show.
Presumed that's what I was talking about.
I don't know what you were going.
So let's
there.
go back to something more
I was going to
interesting.
Asian aliens, but you were.
No, I was trying
wasn't
to.
sure what you were
I was
doing.
trying to avoid Georgios Sokolos. I had nothing against him. I was trying to avoid that because that wasn't what I was thinking about, and you kept pushing the narrative, as you do. So, as a kid growing up, out of curiosity, what the hell scared you the most at night? Like there's got to be some creepy thing going on that scares
Okay.
you. I'm not talking about our shitty upbringing.
Okay,
I'm
let's
talking
get real.
about no. We don't want to get too real.
Wait, shitty upbringing.
Was it the woods?
Wasn't
was
that
it the
bad?
dark?
Fuck off. We had our ups, we had our downs.
Oh yeah, it was great. All of it, all the way around.
That's great, all around.
That's perfect.
You'd stop.
That's why we're rich.
That's why we're loaded.
That's why we are set. Game, set, match.
Hey, at least we're smart. Let's give ourselves that.
You're just trying to prove my points all night tonight, aren't you?
No, shut up. Anyways, you were saying.
Our upbringing wasn't actually that bad. Our mom worked her ass off.
Well, yeah.
The rest of it wasn't great.
There
was moments.
Circumstances really fucking sucked.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Anyways, point. Wait, what were you saying? Shit that scared me when I was
aside from our upbringing, it was meant to be a joke, but it got dark fast on that one.
Yeah, you went down a tunnel. Tunnels deep. But anyways, no, what scared me as a child? Gosh, it wasn't like creatures under the bed or anything like that, because I never really thought there was anything under my bed, right? Nothing in the closet.
Sleep on the floor directly though half the time?
Yeah, I did.
Not true, guys. Not true. It wasn't that bad.
God, I'm trying to think of what was like my real big fear. I don't remember having a lot of them. I don't remember having a lot of fear about stuff. Like water is probably like my biggest fear, like in adulthood.
That's because you had earplugs and you couldn't swim as a kid.
No, I love water, but I don't like open ocean. Like the open water, like what's underneath me. That always freaks me out. Or the idea I'm going to wake up and there's something I can't handle.
So you're scared of the unknown.
The worst I've ever had was like the night terror kind of thing, when you night paralysis, sleep paralysis.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
That's probably one of those. That was probably the worst is having like something sitting in the corner of your room staring at you, but you're like staring back at it and you can't move and you don't know what's going on. Like that's the freaky shit.
Yeah, but to be fair, it was probably our other brother.
Yeah, it probably
watching
was.
you, staring at you.
He's probably really confused as to what was going on there.
I see a sleeping person.
He's like, "Why are you staring at me, fucker?"
I'm going to draw his death in anime very violently.
Something like that. Didn't like that. No, but honestly, like, I think that was the worst. Was that sleep paralysis episode, and then like a consistent nightmare.
I don't remember that TV series.
God, it's been a while, man. Since I thought of that stuff. It's been a really long time.
To remember, it's a season of miracles.
Sometimes, I don't like sleeping under windows because I'm afraid things are going to reach through. Like that was one thing I was scared of.
Well, yeah, but that's a fair thing to be afraid of during our time growing up because people were ganked out of windows.
Yeah, that's true. Other than that, God, just I don't know anything that like kept me up at night as a fear that helped me, that made me not sleep.
I remember our other brother told us a story about like scary horses outside of his window when we lived in that 2-story apartment. Our bedrooms were all upstairs.
I remember
And
that.
it freaked him out. He says, I woke up and there was these horses, and then I realized I wasn't awake. And I woke up again, and now I can't look out the window at night. That bugged him for a long time.
Yeah, that might bug you. I think there's actually a story about nightmare horses being in like nightmares. It's like a Greek mythology or something like that.
Well, he actually wrote us an email once about a dream that he had that freaked him out to this day, because after the dream, so the dream was that he had something grab him by the foot and yank him out of the bed and drag him into the hallway. And he had forgotten about it for years because he believed it was real for a long time, and then he had forgotten about it as he got older. And then he watched Paranormal Activity, and he's like, oh my God, that happened to me for real. Something triggered in his brain that was like, it wasn't a dream after all. I'm like, it probably was. It said if you would have been dragged into the hallway at that house, you would have like great marks from the heater on the hallway on your ass. You might. I don't know.
I think honestly, the thing that gets me the most, that got me as a kid, was oh, you know what? I do have something. I remember. I had a vivid dream that I would have that would be repeated, and it was I was in an old house that was haunted, right? And I would be standing in front of a mirror, and I would be looking at myself, but I'd have like a freaky look on my face, and then there would be like something walking around me, and something would scare me. Like, you know, you're supposed to be scared, right? You're supposed to be startled. And I could feel that sense, like I'm supposed to be afraid of this thing. But instead of being afraid, there was like something inside of me that like came out, and I started smiling, and my face got elongated, and I started laughing instead at this thing. And the thing got afraid of me. And then I would snap out of it, like, because I get really scared of what just happened in the entire dream. And I wouldn't know how to take it, because it's like I was scared of this thing, and then all of a sudden this thing was scared of me. And then I was scared of what I was doing, and I was laughing hysterically in my dream. And I would just laugh hysterically at things that scared me. And it would, like, for whatever reason.
So, Soundgarden saved your dreams.
Apparently.
The video Black Hole Sun.
Is that what that is from?
That's right.
Oh my God, I hate Soundgarden now.
You never thought
Sons
about
of
that, did you?
bitches. No, I didn't even make that connection.
Black Hole
Soundgarden ruined my childhood.
No, they saved your childhood because they made you chase away your monsters with your creepy mouth smile.
Maybe, apparently. I didn't even think about that
in
music
chat.
video.
Oh, we have one in chat. Harvey says, I read Salem's Lot, and after the window scene, I did not sleep at all. I don't remember the window scene in Salem's Lot.
Yeah, I haven't seen Salem's Lot in so long, my friend.
He read the red part. He read.
I haven't read. I've never read Salem's Lot.
How have you never read Salem's Lot? You're a huge Stephen King fan.
I read Desperation, It, Stand, and Regulators, and then I kind of just stopped reading after a little while.
Okay, so you're not a huge Stephen King fan. I thought you were.
Oh, no, then I started reading Anne Rice after that.
And then I stopped reading for a while. I just gave up. Stephen King made me
I
quit
started playing
reading
video
books.
games. I got N64. Why would I read a book? I have N64.
That was so weird too, like that transition from, you know, not being feeble-minded to being weak and feeble.
Like being capable of thinking and having, you know, different like creative thoughts, and then all of a sudden you're playing GoldenEye, being a duck running back and forth on the complex.
Quack, 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 quack.
So that people would try and shoot at you.
Odd job ducking down full time
Yep.
and just doing choppers.
Throwing
only.
hats. Yep, chops only. Throwing a hat.
Killing the hell out of people.
Yep. I would always pick Jaws. Never understood why I sucked at that game.
Well, you had a giant head to shoot at, and that was a pretty good shot.
Didn't even think about it. Didn't even occur to me. I was just like, I'm going to pick the biggest goddamn character in this game.
The most ginormous one.
Worked out.
Little Richard Keel.
Oh, rest in peace.
God rest his soul. That guy. You remember that movie Egaw he was in?
Yes. Yes, I do, actually.
Yeah, that was a great, awesome. It's a
Good movie.
Cinematic classic.
Good movie. I saw a review he was in. It was like The Snake and the Dragon or something like that. And it was like a some Chinese movie from like the 70s. It was like a martial arts movie. It was a movie from China, martial arts movie, and he was like I really don't know how to describe what he was exactly. He was like some secret weapon kind of thing for a witch or something like that. I was just like, is that Richard Keel?
Sometimes it's hard to follow
like,
those.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hard to follow those plot lines and some of those.
Yeah, I really got confused by sometimes because I love old martial arts movies and stuff like that, but they diverge so hard sometimes you get really confused as to which plot line you're in at that moment.
Well, the ones
especially as you don't speak the damn language properly.
70s, 80s,
or at all.
early to mid 90s. They were, especially the ones out of like China and stuff. They were all spiritually, supernaturally based.
Damn, they were good movies.
There was always like some kind of magical element and some kind of witch. It was like the Power Rangers, but with better fighting.
Power Rangers actually came
and less
from
Zords.
China, I believe, or Japan. I think it was Japan. Japan. Yeah, there was a different one. They didn't think we'd understand
What?
it. So
Did you
they
say Japan?
water in Japan. I do it whenever I say China, and then I say Japan.
What? How do you what
I
kind
don't
of, what
know.
misfiring
I got
in
the
your
new Age of Empires.
brain does that? And how is it so far?
It's literally like someone like slammed Age of Empires 3 into 2 and then just kept most of 2 and like chucked half of 3 or like 90% of it and just kept some of the like normal stuff. It was a really it's an okay game, but it's only got like 4 civilizations, like 5 civilizations. It's not even Japan, no Vikings.
Not worth the money. Got it.
No, wait until the updates and the gold edition comes out for like $30 and then get it.
I'm not gonna buy it at all, probably.
It's actually a decent game. It's just not.
Doesn't sound like
It's think of it like an updated version of Age of Empires 2, basically, with some of the quality of life changes that 3 brought, but just not 3.
quality of life changes. 3D 3 didn't bring any good quality stuff. They took all the best
It had a
parts of 2 and then added a bunch of extra bullshit you didn't need to it.
It had a couple things that were nice, but it's like you have to age up by like building wonders again, landmarks, and it's just like
Fine, I understand that part.
That's good. But then you got like you still have the limit. You can't change the limit, and they just made that like the interface was like pointlessly confusing. And then you have like the build limit, which the most recent one removed the build limit to like 500 or 1,000, I think. The master edition or whatever the remaster, and then in this one they brought it back down to 200, which confused the shit out of me, by the way, because I was like, why would you do that?
Your favorite fan in chat says shoe on head.
No, the point is. It's an okay game. It's just not that great. Like I'm playing Far Cry 6. It's good.
I'm playing that as well.
That's decent. I just got into it
thoroughly.
Yeah, and then I play Phasmophobia, which is good.
Yeah. So anyway,
I literally ADHD'd out to
let's freaking wrap it up because we have another show to do in a couple days, and we are rambling on for no dumb reason.
I'm just talking with the people.
Yeah. So guys, we will continue to do our series on bad people and finish off with the BTK soon. It'll be after Halloween. Halloween is Sunday. Sunday. Candy. I know that sounded like
my favorite part of Halloween.
Monster truck guy and the pseudo stripper DJ.
My favorite part of Halloween is when DJ. At the end of the night when you're wrapping up and I'm leaving, I just take a box of your candy with me.
Yeah, don't do that.
I've done it every year.
No, you didn't last year. We almost ran out of all of it.
It's tradition.
We went through almost all of the candy last year. I bought the same amount this year as I bought last year.
Yeah, but it's tradition. I have to steal your candy.
No, you need to save those for the kids. And I don't think your midsection needs any more candy.
You make me sit in the cold every year and breathe in smoke. That can't be good for my lungs.
Smoke.
Vaporized liquid of some sort, some confusing amount. And I'm dying.
You're barely getting anywhere near that stuff. You were preposterous.
I'm just preposterous.
Hippo preposterous.
That's impolite. I'm not a hippo.
I didn't say you were a hippo. I said you're hippopreposterous. The biggest kind of preposterous.
Accurate.
Dave in chat says no diabeto, none for you.
No, but
roll back to kitchen.
I'm ready to go already. I want to re-roll.
We need to make sure that we can make sure
the
kids
character.
have enough candy.
Yes, we do. We need to give the kids diabetes.
It's not what we're doing.
What are you talking about?
One candy bar. That's it. It's not going to do it. It's all the other candy.
Like a fun size. They don't get diabetes. They just get a fun size and they're happy. They don't care. Adults care about the big ones.
I don't do the fun size. I buy them the big one. I get them the big ones.
Fine.
I buy the large size candy bars for a reason. It's for the kids, dude.
Ugh. You never talked about what scared you in your sleep.
Nothing.
It's weirdly like we found out that Soundgarden ruined my childhood and that, or apparently saved me in my dreams.
Yep, they saved your dreams.
I don't understand because I have to watch that because I remember something that you're talking about because I remember like the trippy version of the movie and then or the video because they actually like back when MTV spent 3 years playing videos on it. And then now I don't think it's... God, when was the last time MTV actually played a music video?
I think they still do on one of the MTV channels.
That you have to like pay premium to get?
I have no idea.
Fantastic.
I don't have cable anymore.
Absolutely
I didn't really watch it when I had it.
Music television that no longer has music television.
It really didn't. Like right after it launched. They've been on for 30 years. They've played 3 years of music television.
Perfect.
So, anyway... Eat your heart out, Kurt Loder. So,
Kurt
folks,
Loder.
we will be live again. We'll be live again on Sunday. If everything isn't dumping rain on us, we'll be live from the front yard, where the candy will be handed out
Where there will be
because it's
candy
Halloween.
for all,
So, yeah.
but not for me apparently.
So check out our
Candy for me.
sponsors: Lost Boys, Manitoba's 2 Street Music.
Yes, actually, MTV is still there in chat,
Okay, MTV's not a sponsor.
but they were.
See, this is your problem. You
Dave
can't
in chat
focus.
was asking about
You have
MTV.
such a hard time focusing. Dave in
Instead of
chat
being
has
live.
access to Google. I guarantee it.
Fine.
Anyway, folks, please send us your stories and people you know stories to tell VG your stories at gmail.com. And we would love to read them on Halloween. You got some creepy stuff to talk about. I'll try to, for the people watching the live, if you send pictures of ghosts you've taken pictures of, I'll try to put them up on the screen. I have to see because I have to use my laptop and I have to set things up on that again because I haven't used that in fucking forever. So,
Just remember, if you're a little nervous or you don't like people knowing about what you said, or we will keep it completely anonymous. Just let us know.
yeah, but please don't just make shit up for the sake of making it up. That said, if you do have a scary story you want to take the time and actually waste a pen, a scary story that you want to write, and it doesn't suck, and you let me know it's fake and that you wrote it as fiction, I'll probably read it just to give you some props.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Because why not?
We'll
It's
read it.
fucking
Cool.
Halloween. It's for fun.
Send us a good
'Cause
Halloween story.
Halloween is for lovers.
Halloween stories.
Isn't that how that goes?
Halloween is for lovers.
Earth is that you just did.
Beatboxing.
That's okay. Don't stop.
Okay.
Don't do that anymore.
What?
Don't, for fuck's sake, don't do that anymore.
Fine. Whatever.
All right. Please
Yes.
like, follow, share, subscribe. Check out our podcast format. We're getting a lot of love there. Share that around. If you leave us good reviews, that's always super helpful. We appreciate that wholeheartedly. But we will catch up with you later. We've done more shows than usual lately because we haven't done a bunch in a while. We're going to try to keep up on doing a little more than we had been.
Yeah, we only got tripped up today because I believe the amount of stuff we were going to have to talk about was just.
Yeah.
We weren't able to finish it before Halloween, and we want to talk about like different stuff on Halloween.
I want to go, more into the detail of that, the bad people stuff. But we do want to do more paranormal stuff. If you have story or ideas of topics you want to talk about, hit us up at that email, tellvgyourstories@gmail.com, and we will look into it and try to do some research on it and put the show together. So,
Yep, let us know.
all right, we will catch up with you fine folks later. And go ahead, Jack, do your thing.
If I can get oxygen in.
Overrated.
Bye, everybody.
And good nightmares.
I'm dying.
Probably.
Yeah.